Good evening and welcome to the opening game of Mohawk men's Mountaineers basketball. They are playing against the Reedemer Royals tonight.
That's right, we just have the starting lineups coming up right now. And the Mountaineers women's just won their home opener.
Right now the Reedemer Royals are having their starting lineup introduced. This is Calvin Turnbull at number 21, guard. 23, Ben Ibrahim at forward. And now the Mountaineers team is being introduced for their starting lineup. Starting at guard for the Mountaineers, Exenis Brereton. Starting at forward, Alex Reese. Standing at 6'6", Andrew Sicatini. The 6'5" guard, Matt Fennell. The team's tallest player and starting center, Taylor Dowhanick. And we are just about to set to kick off the season here for Mountaineers men's basketball. The team had a solid preseason, going 10-0, and they look to continue their momentum into the regular season.
That's right, and it's hard to determine the success from exhibition games, but 10-0 is a pretty resounding result in favor of the Mountaineers, I think. But it's also a time to work out chemistry, go through your bench, and give you a general outlook on what the season may look like for a team.
And we are just about set to start that season right now. And yes, it was an overwhelming 10-0 record for the Mountaineers team in the preseason. The Reedemer Royals, who their opponent is tonight, did not have as much success in the preseason. They had a record of 1-7, but they think they can compete tonight against this Mountaineers team, and they're looking to stay competitive throughout, but the Mountaineers really are the superior team. As you see, Alex Reese finds Taylor Dowhanick down low, and he misses the bucket, but will shoot free throws.
And you look at the Mountaineers, and immediately the central theme is size. There is a lot of athleticism in the OCAA, and you look at a team like this, and you think they might be able to combat it with their immense size.
Yeah, that's true. They are one of the biggest teams in the league. And I talked to head coach Brian Jonker during the preseason, and he said expect to see a lot of zone defense from this Mountaineers team coming up this season. They're a big team, and they're going to use that size to counter some of the athleticism that they will encounter in their league. Dowhanick missed both free throws, and we're still tied at 0-0. Reedemer working the ball around. A long three-pointer is off the mark. Dowhanick tips the ball. Gets the ball up to Exenis Brereton. And Alex Reese now with the ball finds Andrew Sicatini. Brereton looking down low, finds Matt Fennell. And that's just a good feed down low. Good position by Fennell. Good find by Brereton.
And Matt Fennell was ready for that to come in as he signaled. And he made no mistake with that huge reach. We talked about the size of this Mountaineers team.
And now the Royals misfire once again, but get the rebound. And that is 21, Calvin Turnbull. And the shot is off the mark again, but Mohawk unable to secure the rebound until now.
And Ben
Sicatini with the ball.
Ibrahim from the Royals was not able to convert on any of those chances.
And this is Xenis Brereton driving to the hoop with a twisting layup.
And Brereton with a quick and fast play. You see their size. Well, it looks like they've also got a little bit of speed on the Mountaineers.
Brereton is one of their quicker players. The Royals mishandled the ball. Mohawk causes the turnover. Staying with Mohawk now.
Looks like that went off Calvin Turnbull on the pass meant for Brereton. And Alex Reese is going to take this one for the Mountaineers.
Passes it into Fennell, over to Brereton. Sicatini works at the free throw line. Dowhanic with an open jumper. That's his spot on the floor. He's made a number of those in the preseason, and now the Royals are pushing the ball up the other way. 12 dribbles, passes out. Another three-pointer. That was AJ Mangera, and he's looking for that shot. That's his second shot from deep behind the three-point line, connecting on 1 of 2. Andrew Sicatini likes to work down low, and he earns a trip to the free throw line.
And a pretty fast-paced game this far. Only a couple minutes into the first quarter.
Yeah, it's been a solid pace so far. Sicatini connects on the first free throw. This is Sicatini's 3rd year with the Mountaineers, and he was a part of the 2012 national championship team, and he was actually the tournament MVP that year in 2012.
That's right, and he's been all over varsity sports recently for OCAA, and we've had a few interviews with him on Ignite News as well for Mohawk College's journalism program.
Yes, Sicatini is planning on extending his playing career here at Mohawk. He has enrolled in the advertising program here, and he looks to return next year when Mohawk will be hosting the national tournament.
And that is a recipe for greatness right there, being able to stick around when you have such a solid squad like this, most of which will be returning next year for the Mountaineers, to vie for a championship at home.
And many players on this team have already experienced so much success. Many of the players who were on that national championship team 2 years ago are still a part of the team. We have a breakaway here, Matt Fennell. This is the layup, Brereton fighting for the rebound. And it's just off the mark, and the Royals will come up with the ball. Press defense here from the Mountaineers, and they cause the turnover. It's Sicatini. He finds Xenis Brereton, the man they call X, and he drives to the basket. Nice dish off pass to Sicatini, just off the mark. But you know what, that's all right. That's a shot that was just off the mark, but you gotta love the play that set it up.
And you talk about the Mountaineers and their championship in 2012, and it's a good mix of young players and veterans that have experienced that championship.
Absolutely.
It may be a recipe for another one.
And you have Taylor Dowhanic down low coming up with the basket. He was a part of that team that we were talking about from a couple years ago.
And Ibrahim of the Royals not able to convert on any of those.
Fennell with the sneaky dunk there on the breakaway gives Mohawk a 10-3 lead. And now the defense pressuring the Royals a little bit.
See that double team there.
A deep three. Where was that from? He didn't dial the long distance area code before he fired that one. That was number 14, Josh DeSchiffert with the long three and miss.
And we see Spencer Kersey's heading to the court for Reedemer. And Jeff Hunt for the Mountaineers hitting the court right now. As we settle into this first quarter of basketball here at the D-Bark.
And we have Fennell finding Brereton in the corner for an open look.
And Brereton just does it all. Threes, layups, down low.
He's really their playmaker, Greg. He makes a lot of things happen.
Every team needs one or two of those guys. And I think that Ibrahim may be Reedemer's.
He gave them their first
playmaker
field goal of the night there. Matt Fennell for 3. Off the mark. Cicatini, no good. Still
and
battling.
Rebound game insane.
And
as Cicatini heads to the free throw line.
2 more free throws coming up.
And not giving up on plays and keeping those rebounds rolling is so important to being able to convert on some of these chances.
Cicatini converts that one. And the second. Mohawk off to an early lead, 14-5. 5:17 remaining in the first quarter. And Ibrahim active down low.
Great
and
effort by Calvin Turnbull with those rebounds.
And Calvin Turnbull is one of the key players for the Royals here. He was an all-star last year, and the Royals are looking for him to lead this young squad. He's certainly leading the team in hairstyles right now, as he's got the fro rocking in full effect.
It adds to the aerodynamic.
I think it might hinder him a little bit, Greg, as he missed that second free throw. Brereton working the ball outside now. Turnover, there's Turnbull.
And Turnbull with very little reach, almost gets that from Fennell.
Nice save by Brereton, finds Fennell. And just off the mark. There's Turnbull. Works the ball inside. Blocked by Dowhanick. Ibrahim comes up with the ball.
Ibrahim, good effort by Reedemer there. Very fast-paced game so far. Very few fouls. Great shot by Matt Fennell just now.
And Fennell, he is this team's shooter. He has a smooth stroke from outside, and he looks to fire up a lot of threes. Right now we have Turnbull working the ball at the top of the key, looking to find someone inside, and it's Ibrahim. Ibrahim has been very involved so far, but Fennell comes up with the ball, and now he's driving, looking to find Brereton possibly. Brereton comes up with the rebound, blocked from behind, and Mohawk maintains possession.
Great block by Spencer Kersey's from the Royals right there. All ball.
Oh, for sure, that was a great block. Brereton just didn't know what was behind him there.
We have Patrick Ivaroni hitting the court for the Mountaineers.
And they're looking to find him right away. And he's not shy at all as he shoots as soon as he comes into the game and connects on the three-pointer.
He starts his shift with a quick 3.
A little miscommunication on defense, and Mohawk hits an open 3, but no harm, no foul. Now Brereton misses on the layup, gets the rebound.
Not quite the and one.
Nope, but he will be headed to the free throw line. Mohawk with an early domination of the free throw line attempts.
That's right, and a very tightly knit team in the form of the Mountaineers. And you can see that all the tools needed for a successful team are present on the court.
Yes, this is a team that has high expectations this season. Coach Brian Jonker says he believes he has all the pieces here to compete for a national title once again. Right now, Turnbull passes around the key, and they find AJ Mangera, not shy about shooting the 3. And Mohawk comes up with the rebound. X finds Fennell. Tip, rebound, comes to the Royals. And we have a foul on Mohawk, Royals ball. There seems to be a real connection between Fennell and Brereton so far.
That's right, you can see the synergy that they have on the court.
It's an excellent dynamic. They've been leading the charge on several breakaways between the two of them so far.
Both exceptional playmakers, and they just seem to be in tune with where they need to be.
they just have a connection with one another so far. It's been helpful for the Mountaineers. Right now, number 15, Spencer Cursius, using his size advantage down low, scoring over the Mountaineers. .241 to go in the first quarter. Mountaineers 20, Royals 10.
And we got Michael Dua hitting the court for the Royals right now as we're making some changes on both sides. And we see X heading off the court as Alex Reese returns.
And Reese is in his 5th year with the Mountaineers. This will be his last season. Turnbull driving to the lane, dishing off. Corner 3.
And a great series of plays there to make that 3 happen from the outside.
Calvin DeJong connecting on the 3 in the corner. Right now, Dalhanic working down low, using his size. Surrounded by players. Jeff Hunt keeps the play alive, though. He has the ball. Ivoroni for another 3. That's 2 in a row for him.
And Ivoroni, his second 3.
He says,
no question.
Just put me in the game and I'll knock him down, coach.
And I'm sure that is the role that he fills when his team needs some outside offense.
Now Duha looking to find an open player. Gets the ball back, drives to the lane, but we see that zone defense really surrounding the Royals.
That's right, and there are so many advantages to playing zone when you have a large team like this. The other team has to expend so much energy to get something through down low, and your team can just kind of sit back and wait for the traffic to come to you.
That's right, Greg. With this zone defense, it's really hard to fight inside. The best way to counter it is to be able to knock down outside shots, but if you can't knock them down, then you're in for a tough night. Turnbull looking to pass the ball in now. Finds his man. Tough layup blocked by Dalhanic. Another block from Dalhanic. And now we have Michael Duha feeding Percy's. Calvin DeJong off the mark. Rebounded by Dalhanic. Ivoroni. Pass tipped out of bounds.
By Mike Dua there to break up that play. And we've got AJ Mangera and Ben Ibrahim returning to the court for the Royals.
And this Royals team tonight, Greg, they only have 9 players dressed, so they're going to try not to get too tired out, so you might see a lot of substitutions.
That's right. You're going to have to keep some fresh legs out there and make some constant substitutions in order to keep your team fresh.
The Mountaineers, by contrast, have 12 players dressed for the game, so they have a little more depth here tonight. Jeff Hunt misfires on the first free throw. Connects on the second. Ball out of bounds.
And out off of Ivoroni.
And the Royals, Michael Duha looks to pass the ball in bounds here. Nearly mishandled. Tough defense by the Mountaineers and a turnover. Ivoroni leading the charge. A nice drive to the basket. He'll pick up a chance for 2 free throws here.
And Patrick Ivoroni had 2 very strong threes, one coming 2.5 seconds after he hit the floor.
That's a good per minute scoring average that he's got so far.
And we can tell that he is definitely a shooter for the Mountaineers.
Nothing but net on that free throw. Bangs in the second as well. The Mountaineers off to a 14-point lead after 9 minutes of play. The Royals are in a little bit of trouble here. One thing is clear so far, AJ Mangera is not going to stop shooting three-pointers. That's about his 4th one that he's fired up so far, connecting on 1.
And speaking of three-pointers, there goes Ivoroni.
Cicatini strong down low. He just powered his way to the basket, out-rebounded the Royals. Nine seconds left in the quarter now. Surprised AJ Mangera passed the ball, and he gets it back, and he fires the 3, and he connects that time.
And you can tell that AJ Mangera is a big part of the Royals game, getting those 3s from the outside. But
okay, and Matt Fennell, he is new to the Mountaineers team, and he's made a big impact so far for Mohawk basketball.
And he's been really instrumental early on in this game, as you see him down low there.
With the feed from X. Matt Fennell has previous experience in college basketball, having come from Fanshawe College. He also has experience playing for the University of Prince Edward Island. So he is new to this Mountaineers team, but certainly an experienced player.
I'm allowing you to play the concepts. I don't want to start running sets.
Coach Brian Jonker thinks that he will be one of the keys towards a championship roster at the end of the season.
And we talked about his synergy with Zenis Brereton.
Yes.
It was on display almost on the first play of the game and did not stop till they left the court.
Yeah, it didn't seem like this was the first year for those two playing together. It seemed like they had a real connection, and seemed almost as if they've been playing together for a number of years.
That's right, and we see Brian Jonker here making sure his team stays focused and doesn't get too comfortable with their 13-point lead.
That's really a key, Greg. You've come out, you've had a solid first quarter, scored 28 points, held your opponent to 15, but you don't want to get complacent here and just think that you can look past anyone. And Coach Jonker does a good job of keeping his team focused on the overall goal, which is a successful season, and playing hard for every game and every quarter.
And the Mountaineers will start getting possession back.
And this is Philip Page coming into the game, passing the ball inbounds here. He is a first-year player for the Mountaineers.
That's right, we talked about a lot of these first years that are on the team that are settling in with these guys that have won the national championship.
And now here's Page for a 3, just off the mark. A game like this, when you get an early lead against your opponent, is a good time to work in your rookie players so they can get some real game action here. Might pay off down the road in the season.
That's right, a really good strategy, you know, getting them in to get as much experience as they can, and you could see that
Page is really getting that experience already, as he's already involved in the offense on a number of plays since coming in. Here's Alex Reese in the corner for 3. Off the mark, but rebounded by Dow Hannock. He throws up a wild shot. That's no good. And the Royals.
I think Dow Hannock may have lost his handling on that before the release as we saw it go wide.
He looked a little frustrated after the play. I don't think he meant to let it go that way.
Well, you never want a ball to come off your hand like that and mess up an easy shot.
You gotta love the activity level nonetheless.
And I think he's a little upset with himself too now that he missed the block on that shot by Ibrahim, and I think he may have gotten a piece of that.
Yeah, it was Ibrahim had to change his shot. Near steal by Michael Dua right on the sidelines here, but he steps out of bounds.
And Donik again losing that with a little miscommunication with Zenis Brereton.
Alex Reese calls out the play for the Mountaineers. The referee's having a bit of a conference here at midcourt. And the Mountaineers have a 28-17 lead with 8:43 to go in the first quarter.
And they're just holding on to that 10-point, 11-point lead, hovering around that area.
Right now they're just discussing the shot clock, whether or not there was a change of possession. Right now the shot clock is at 24. They're deciding, and now they set it to 18 seconds. Reese passes into X. Andrew Cicatini being doubled, but he finds Matt Fennell down low.
And that's what happens on the double team. You find the open man and you make that happen.
And there's Matt Fennell making his presence felt already with his first year on this Mountaineers team. Alex Reese comes up with the steal now. He leads the breakaway. Calvin Turnbull on defense, and Ibrahim forces the tough shot and the rebound. Michael Duha with some nice ball handling down low, misses on the layup. Out of bounds, Royals ball.
A great effort by Reese on that last play. Wasn't able to convert on it with the little spin move. You wouldn't expect a guy of that size to have that kind of agility coming down low.
No, he beat every player on the court to the ball on that possession. And now we have X. The nice layup.
And you can see the reach on that layup as he comes around from way behind him.
Great athleticism on display there. And now the Royals work the ball to Ibrahim. Nice spin move down low, and he scores. He's been the key to their offense so far.
That's right. And between him, Turnbull, and the threes coming out of A.J. Mangera, they may have a recipe for closing the gap on the Mountaineers.
I don't know if 3 players is going to be enough against this Mountaineers team, though, Greg. There's a lot of balance and depth with the Mohawk squad.
I was just going to mention the depth, and you can see it in the rookies in the first years that have been rotated in this far, too. So you can see that they're settling in with this team's play style. Very execution-based.
Fennell lets off a 3, no good, but Cicatini gets the rebound, finds Fennell, who doesn't give up on the play.
Using that size and that execution against the Royals.
They're just wearing them down a little bit with that size advantage. Dowhanic forces a tough shot by Turnbull, and Reese is there for the rebound. Matt Fennell now leading the break once again. Dribbles behind the back, pass is deflected, gets it back though and finds Reese.
And Reese just squeaks one in.
Just rolled it in, just barely. We have a timeout on the court here. Mohawk lead is up to, let's see here, 17 points.
I'm glad
36
we
to
didn't
19.
need a calculator for that.
Oh, I did, Greg.
Tyler.
You just didn't see me using it.
I wonder what Reedemer's recipe for engineering a comeback will be.
Well, it's gonna be tough, Greg. The squad was 1-7 in the preseason. They know they're not gonna come out and just jump to an early lead against Mohawk necessarily, but they would like to compete and at least stay competitive.
I think the Mountaineers discussion right now is keep doing what you're doing. I think Brian Jonker, we're going to be seeing a bunch of the first years out there in this home opener.
Yeah, it might be a good chance in this game to get some playing time for those younger players.
Take advantage of this cushion.
Well,
and get some practical experience here with the Mountaineers.
It is still early. I don't want to write off the Royals yet.
Oh, there's still a lot of basketball to be played. And as we saw with the women's game before, all it took was 1 quarter for the Reedemer girls team to drop that game.
Yes, that's right, Greg. The women's Mountaineers basketball team picking up their first win of the season in the home opener. Jumped out to a lead and then relinquished it before triumphing in the end against the women's Royals team.
And a pass from Turnbull didn't quite make it to Tyler Bowman as he dropped it. The Mountaineers will regain possession as we see Matt Fennell and Dennis Brereton.
Reese to Brereton, wide open for 3, just off the mark. AJ Mangera. Is he going to pull up for a 3 here? No, they work it. Good 2-on-1 possession. You've got to finish when you've got an advantage of 2-on-1. Now Brereton dribbling against AJ Mangera. Cannot stay in front of him, commits the foul. Sideline out of bounds here for the Mountaineers. Alex Reese looks to pass the ball in bounds.
And we see Matt Fennell calling for it on the outside, and Turnbull almost beats him to it.
Now Cicatini is double teamed once again. And we have a foul. Holding foul on the Royals, non-shooting foul on number 10, Tyler Bowman. Reese will now pass it in underneath the basket. Matt Fennell fighting for the ball. Dowhannick gets it though. Wide open shot just off the mark.
Dowhannick very visibly frustrated with his game, but he can take solace in the fact that the Mountaineers are playing exceptional right now.
Turnbull, nice push shot there from Turnbull. Brereton to Reese. Reese looking for someone. Cicatini, top of the key. Dowhannick now. Matt Fennell open for a shot. Fakes and drives off the mark, but there's several Mohawk players under the basket, but they don't come up with the rebound. Turnbull now leads the charge for the Royals. And a nice step around move, but unable to finish. Fennell now has the ball for the Mountaineers. Brereton fires from the other side now. That's not quite his shot.
And Brereton forces Reedemer. And we've got Pat Ivoroni and
comes in the game for Brereton.
Jeff Hunt coming into the game.
.5:35 left in the second quarter. 36-23 for the Mountaineers.
Very fast-paced game thus far. Not a whole lot of whistles.
No, there's been notably fewer whistles than in the previous game with the women's teams.
And a testament to both teams' discipline.
They've really been keyed in offensively.
And a definite...
Nearly came up with the ball there, but...
That's very close, Kyler. Good job.
I was going to shoot it if I caught it.
A little happy from the media desk.
It would have been a hook shot, too. We got Ivoroni now. Ivoroni to Jeff Hunt. Dowhannick down low. This is where he likes to shoot the ball. He's blocked, though, but a foul.
But a positive for the Reedemer coaching staff to take, as we talked about the few whistles, is that this is a very disciplined team. But then again, so are the Mountaineers. And we see, I believe this is only the third foul on the Mountaineers in 2 quarters.
Yeah, the Mountaineers have really had an advantage at the free throw line so far.
And that is another advantage to playing zone, is you draw far less fouls as well.
It also saves your defensive players' energy levels a little bit. They don't have to chase one player around the court through multiple screens. They can just cover a zone of the floor.
And if you're playing a more high-energy team, you want to make sure that you don't get tired out. And it's all about conserving what you've got. And it's that great energy management that you need.
There's Ibrahim again to the basket. And these Royals they do seem to be expending a lot of energy for every bucket that they get.
Spending more energy than they need to, I think. I think they may be trying to overthink some of their plays. Should keep it simple when you're playing a zone defense.
And Ibrahim is a little shooken up here.
I think he may have gotten hit in the eye on that last play.
Yeah, talking to the referee right now.
See the official taking a look at it.
He's smiling,
He's
though.
smiling now. Guess it wasn't that bad. No. Ibrahim's actually having a great game for Reedemer. He's been involved in almost all of their points scored in one way or another.
There's another. This is the second, but Calvin Turnbull comes up with the rebound. And Ibrahim gets another chance, and he gets a three-point play going the other way. making the first free throw and then getting the rebound and put back. Here's Alex Reese getting fouled on the floor.
I think they heard us talking about how disciplined they were, and now they've started to take shooting fouls.
Yeah, this is a shooting foul for Reese. Couple of free throws here. The Royals are over the limit for the quarter, so Mohawk will be shooting free throws on each foul from here on out. And Reese converts on the first attempt. And Calvin Turnbull down low, banks in the shot.
And you see why Calvin Turnbull was named to the All-Star team.
Yes, he's been very active getting to the basket, cutting through the lane, and getting some open looks. Dowhanick just off tonight a little bit. Ibrahim with the rebound, but it's tipped away. And Fennell just misses. Turnbull with the rebound.
We see the rebound game from Reedemer here.
AJ Mangera, you know he's going to shoot it when he gets it. Rebound Dowhanick. Breakaway Ivaroni mishandles the ball, and now he sets up, looks for his teammates to get back on offense. Fennell's got the size advantage, passes to Alex Reese for the deep three, and that's off the mark, but Fennell gets the rebound. He's blocked, gets the rebound again, fires up another shot, misses. Mohawk battling for the rebound.
And Ivaroni had a great recovery there.
There's just no quit in Fennell either. Grimacing a little bit as he heads to the free throw line. But I think we'll see a smile on his face once he gets that ball in his hands, since he likes to shoot it. Really a lot of energy and intensity down low there.
From both teams. And you can see how strong their rebounds are for the Royals. That even with the size advantage, it was hard for Mohawk to recover.
They were able to get that offensive rebound ultimately, and Fennell capitalizes with a foul and a couple of converted free throws. Mohawk now playing press defense very aggressively. Calvin DeJong falls on the ground. Reedemer gets it up to Ibrahim, who goes to the basket, and Dowhanick picks up a foul, and he's talking to the referee right now. He said, "What did I do?"
And Ibrahim will head to the free throw line for the Royals.
Now that's a tough play for Dowhanick. He was standing straight up and down with his hands up in the air, but he was right underneath the basket and didn't really give Ibrahim a chance to come down once he already left the floor for his layup, and that's why the foul was called.
And Ibrahim nails both of those, closing the lead with the
Ivaroni
Mountaineers
pushes the
to
ball.
11.
Fennell fires the three. No good on that one. And AJ Mangera brings the ball up the court. Number 14 fires the three, and it's good for Josh DeSchiffert.
And that 11-point lead is now cut to 8.
And we hear the Reedemer fans in the crowd now coming alive a little bit. Fennell answers with a three-pointer of his own. They're calling it a 2 for Fennell. Mangera works the ball around the top of the key, looking for a pass somewhere through this zone defense. Tough to find an open lane against this zone defense and the size of the Mountaineers. And the Royals get bailed out by a foul call with 1.3 seconds left on the shot clock. And the Mountaineers really played good defense there for about 33.5 seconds, Greg.
That's right, and a great effort by the Mountaineers, trying to keep these Royals at bay.
That's the kind of defensive effort that will prevail over the long run of the game. You just can't commit a foul with 1 second on the shot clock. And now we have Jalen Bailey in the game. He is a first-year player for the Mountaineers. Jeff Hunt comes up with the ball.
And Jeff Hunt was very surprised that that ball ended up in his hands after the foul. And that's why we have another first year on the court right now for the Mountaineers. And those first years are getting some valuable experience right now, playing in a real game and playing in the home opener. I mean, it's great. What more could you ask for?
Playing in the brand new David Braley Athletic Recreation Center. It's a beautiful court here. Recently completed project here at Mohawk. It was a $35 million renovation for the entire center, which just opened this school year in the early part of September. And here is Cicatini with the free throw line extended jumper. AJ Mangera, the shortest player on the court, comes up with the rebound. He finds Calvin
Turnbull with a great shot there.
I think we also have a foul on the play here. The three-pointer will count. There was a pushing foul on another player on the court. The three-pointer will count, and we should have one free throw coming up here.
So if Neil Santos can convert on this, he'll do a great favor for his team, bringing them within 3 points of the Mountaineers, engineering a little bit of a comeback here at the Deep Arc.
And it looks like DeSchiffert will be shooting 2 free throws here.
So he could close that lead to 2 points. We talked about at the end of the first quarter how easy it can be to lose
off the
a
mark.
Strong lead.
Yes, good teams really close out quarters strong. And we have a turnover there by first-year player Bailey. And
just a little high.
A little high off the mark on that pass, but if you want to be a quality team, compete for a championship this year, one of the things you have to do is close out quarters strong. And there's a 3-point lead right now for the Mountaineers as they play their zone defense on the Royals. But if you can extend that lead to 6 or 7 points, that's what you're looking to do here in the last minute 47 of the quarter.
And we may be witnessing a momentum shift for the Mountaineers.
Ivoroni looking to stop the momentum, unable to with that 3-point attempt off the mark.
I believe that may have been out on Brereton. I'm not sure. It looks like it was.
That was Bailey that it was off of there.
Pardon me, Bailey.
Calvin Turnbull brings the ball up the court for the Royals. Michael Duah. And we have an illegal screen on Josh DeSchiffert.
And we got Spencer Kersey's heading back into the game for Reedemer, who had a really good first quarter.
And he is the tallest player on the court for the Royals.
And you can see that enormous reach he has.
He will be battling Dow Hannock. And we have a foul call against the Royals over the limit, and Cicatini will head to the line. Cicatini misfires on the first. Cicatini connects on the second to give Mohawk a 4-point lead in the final minute 20 of the first half. Calvin DeJong brings the ball up for the Royals.
And Reedemer is fired up right now, trying to make something
Michael
happen.
Behu wide open. Ivoroni now leading the break to Dow Hannock. He's over to...
And we got a travel on Bailey.
That's just some inexperience coming to the front there. As you see, Bailey has committed a few turnovers since joining the game here.
You know, you come in, you're a rookie, you have nerves, you might make a little mistake here and there, something to get discouraged about. And he's been playing well defensively so far.
He's had the energy and the effort has been there. It's almost a good thing to get some of these jitters out of the way in the first game of the season against a Royals team that has now cut the deficit to 2, but doesn't look to be in the same class as the Mountaineers overall.
And
by the
Bailey
end of
has
the
something
season.
to prove.
And the Royals bring the ball up court quickly, and Ibrahim is fouled.
And you can see the Royals are so fired up. They have just eliminated a 10-point-plus deficit to come back and go into the second half with a possible lead or a tie if Ibrahim hits these.
Misses the first. Yeah, and we talked about closing out quarters strong, and it hasn't been the Mountaineers, but it's been the Royals who've cut the deficit to 2 points here.
They've been very sound offensively in their last few drives.
25 seconds left for Mohawk. They might want to look for the last shot of the quarter, but Sicatini fires and misfires. Ivoroni steals the ball, though, and a gritty effort down low by
Talk
Ivoroni.
about not giving up on those plays, and Ivoroni, exceptional.
Ivoroni's been a key for them so far. Ibrahim blocked by Dalhanic. Huge block.
And we have Reedemer calling a timeout with 3.7 seconds left. And I think that Reedemer will try to go for a 3. And we know who their man is for the 3. It will be A.J. Mangera.
Oh, yeah, they look to get a quick shot off from A.J. Mangera. He's fired several threes, connecting on a couple of them. I think the ball might come to him or Calvin Turnbull on this ensuing play.
Could go anywhere right now. And Reedemer's problem has not been their defense, it has been their offensive ability, and now that they've got things clicking on offense, they're starting to generate more chances and force a momentum shift in their favor.
They're really getting to that zone defense from Mohawk.
He gets nothing over the top. Don't have to go to the boards, Calvin, you step back in. If you're in trouble, you can get it to do it, go right back to Calvin. Okay?
3.7 seconds left in the half here as the Royals look to inbound the ball.
And not much time to make something happen.
Here's A.J. Mangera running to the top of the screen. And he fires a 3 over the outstretched arm of Dalhanic, and it's off the mark.
Just misses, and we called it. We said that the play will probably go to Mangera, and a great effort by Reedemer.
It was a solid turnaround by the Royals as they cut the deficit heading into the second half. We'll see you in the second half. To the second half of the men's Mountaineers basketball game, the home opener versus the Reedemer Royals. And in the first half, the Mountaineers outscored the Royals 46-43, but they gave up a huge lead, and the deficit was cut to only 3.
That's right, Kyler, and the Mountaineers should be happy with how they played for most of this game. But somehow the Royals were able to find the Mountaineers' number, and they were able to come back from more than a 10-point deficit to now be within 3.
The Mountaineers did have an edge in the turnover battle as they committed only 4, and most of the turnovers forced by the Mountaineers were early in the game, and the Royals really picked it up in the second half of the first quarter and the second quarter and committed far fewer turnovers.
And you talk about rebounds right now. Both teams, very, very high rebounding team. They both like to fight down low, whether it's for offensive or defensive rebounds. But again, the turnovers are what's killing the Royals, and most of the turnovers happen when they're on the offense.
Yeah, they just committed a few offensive turnovers that hurt their chances early, but they cleaned that up and were able to cut into the lead.
That's right. It looks like we're going to be heading back to play here in a few seconds at the D-Bark as your Mohawk Mountaineers go toe-to-toe with the Reedemer Royals.
Looking to pick up a win in the opening game of the season here.
And the Royals are going to make that a little difficult, I think, for for Mohawk.
You only gave up 16 there. Okay? Keep it down.
And we saw how effective players like AJ Mangera are from outside with his three-pointers. And Calvin Turnbull and Ben Ibrahim especially have been deeply involved with most of the points scored in this game.
They were key to the comeback for the Royals.
That's right. You know, I felt like Calvin Turnbull was their quarterback, if you would, of all of their playmaking when they were out there in the latter half of that second quarter when they began their comeback.
And we're set to kick off the second half here. Calvin Turnbull brings it up the court. And we see the zone defense in action once again. Ibrahim blocked by Dowhanick. He's had several blocks in this game. Matt Fennell to Brereton, and that was such an effective combination in the first half. They look to get it going again.
That's right, no surprise to see them on the court right now, and that's why. Make sure they reestablish that lead.
Brereton with a nice cut down low. And now pressure by the Mountaineers on defense. Ibrahim cuts to the basket. This is what he's done all game long, and he scores again.
And Ibrahim's been quite effective at breaking up the Mountaineers' D.
Here's Alex Reese. Swings it to Fennell, to Dowhanick, wide open. Brereton misses but gets the rebound. And they reset the offense here. Brereton wide open. He's missed a couple of those. Misses again, but Ciccatini is wide open, uncontested for the rebound. Tough D, and no foul call there. Now AJ Mangera passes it up to Michael Dua, who fires on the three. Here is Mangera finding Turnbull down low. Mangera might be his first shot inside the arc tonight. Misfires. Rebound by Mohawk. Matt Fennell pushes the ball up the court. Sandius Brereton finds Dowhanick with a nice move. And Matt Fennell cleans up the miss by Dowhanick.
And you look at the Royals, and they are a team of sticking to their guns. Bagheera's on the outside. Ibrahim's always on the inside. Turnbull is always the quarterback of all the playmaking.
And right now you see Brereton and Ciccatini. Mohawk Mountaineers also have role players, and Ciccatini, his role is to fight for baskets down low in the post.
That's right. From looking at him, you wouldn't think he was one of those players.
No, he's very tough-minded and battles anyone down low on the block. Alex Reese to Ciccatini now, who finds Dowhanick for a short jumper. He splashes it in.
And it looks like Ciccatini's going to be called on that, the foul. And he got his hand tied up in Josh Sheffert.
Coach Jonker looking on at his team right now, looking to get back to how they started this game, jumping out to a huge lead. Right now leading 54-45 with 7:23 to play. Calvin Turnbull passes to Michael Duha, over to AJ Mangera, to Ibrahim. And he connects on a three-pointer from outside.
And Ibrahim is on fire right now.
He's taking nearly every shot so far for the Royals in the second half.
And Cicatini draws a foul in there.
And no free throws. Under the basket, inbounds for the Mountaineers. Alex Reese finds Dalhanic. Cicatini has the ball tipped away, and the Royals are off now. Ibrahim brings the ball up to AJ Mangera. To Ibrahim, to Michael Duha. And nearly blocked by Fennell. But
Fennell
questionable.
Doesn't understand where that was. I'm almost positive that was all ball from here.
Questionable foul call on Matt Fennell. He stood straight up with his hands in the air.
We saw some shoddy officiating in the women's game. Now it's not the same officials, but you never want to call to go that way, especially.
Kersey seemed to create the contact there, and he takes advantage as he gets a couple of free throw attempts. Matt Fennell brings the ball now up against Calvin Turnbull. He dribbles around him. And Dalhanic finds a shot from the same spot he just fired from.
And we have Ibrahim leaving the court for the first time in the game. And heading out there is Dosh Schiffer in his place for the Royals.
Dalhanic, an easy shot down low, misses. And that's the spot where you want to use the backboard. But Fennell gets the ball back, and he is hacked. And a late whistle. Spencer Kersey's commits the foul.
Now that was a clear foul. That was right on the arm.
That was a foul for sure.
There's no question there. Fennell is going to take the free throw here.
Even though this is the first regular season game for the Mountaineers for Matt Fennell, it's evident that he has played basketball at a high level and competed on college and university level before, as he is not showing any jitters.
That's right, and we see Tyler Bowman going in for Spencer Kersey's after those two fouls, and he's not a happy camper heading back.
Shaking his head, but he knows what he did. He committed that foul. Calvin Turnbull now to Michael Dua, over to AJ Mangera. Mangera to Duha. He's not really been an outside shooter for them so far. Turnbull down low and finishes amongst the trees over Dalhanic and Cicatini. Matt Fennell now bringing the ball up the court. Cicatini. That's the thing about this Mountaineers team. They have players, all their players can bring the ball up the court. Reese.
That's right, it's having multiple skill sets that complement each other in the same player.
They have Dalhanic, who's their center, and they want him down low. But everyone else on the court right now can really handle the ball, pass the ball, shoot the ball. AJ Mangera shoots a three, and it is no good.
And I get the feeling that Mangera is used to hitting more threes than he is against this Mountaineers defense.
He's certainly used to taking a lot of threes. He was 2 for 8 in the first half on threes. Also 2 for 8 on total field goals.
Looks like we got foul. Alex Reese will take it for the Mountaineers here.
Reese finds Fennell, back to Reese, down to Dalhanic, and he's off the mark, but gets fouled.
We're seeing more fouls this quarter. Noticeably so, I would say there's more fouls in this quarter than the rest combined.
Yes, and Dalhanic has a couple of free throws here. Hopefully that will get him back on track a little bit in this game. He did have the one baseline jumper. Other than that, he's been a little bit off the mark so far.
That's right,
in
he's
this
been a
game.
little frustrated with some of his play, especially.
Just on the offensive end, though, because on defense, he's had several key blocks.
He's been exceptional on defense tonight.
Makes the second free throw. Turnbull calls out the play for the Royals. Looks over to the coach, now passes to Michael Duha. Duha finds Mangera. Turnbull in the corner now. Mangera for another three.
Oh, and he nails that one.
Well, when you're a shooter, you got to have a short memory. If you missed your last shot, you got to not think about it and just keep shooting.
That's right, and I'm sure all those misses has affected his game in the and one for Cicottini, it looks like.
And we have an offensive foul call, actually.
Oh,
no basket. Calvin Turnbull lets the ball roll up the court here. Picks it up. AJ Mangera now. Calvin Turnbull in low. Turnbull comes up with the loose ball. Shot clock is running low here. Mangera is going to have to fire it. And a shot clock violation, but rebounded by the Mountaineers, and play continues. Brereton feeds Dowhanick down low. He misses, continuing his struggles on the offensive end.
And Dowhanick is not happy with any of what just transpired.
Clearly frustrated at this point.
And he's been struggling offensively tonight. He should take solace in the fact of how solid he's been on defense.
And Mohawk clinging to a 6-point lead with 4:16 left in the third.
And you can see Brereton having a little laugh at what's been going on, I'm sure, because his team is so far ahead and because Dowhanick has had such a great night defensively. Doesn't seem that bad.
AJ Mangera, you know he has the mentality of wanting to shoot. He passes the ball and a miss. Rebounded by Cicottini. Outlet pass to Fennell. He might look to fire here, but no, passes to, ball works around to Brereton. Back to Cicottini. And a poor pass intended for Dowhanick. The ball was not tipped by any Royal player, and we have an over and back turnover.
And Dowhanick, another offensive
Misfire there, miscue.
Yeah.
The pass intended for him, he just had his head down. And Brereton checks out of the game. In comes Ivoroni. And Ivoroni was really a key success for them in the first half.
He was just raining threes down.
From the second he stepped into the game, he was knocking shots down. Turnbull.
And Turnbull
Three-point play.
took out our Cable 14 cameraman there. Hope he's going to be okay.
Gives us the thumbs up.
With the mic coming right off the top of the cameras on the ground right now. That is occupational hazard. And we have Turnbull with the and one.
Looking to cut the lead down to 3, and he does.
And we're seeing this pattern again.
Mohawk gets a bit of a lead, and then they get a little complacent, and the Royals come right back. Matt Fennell down low, and that's an easy bucket because of the positioning that he got. Great positioning down low. Turnbull brings the ball up the court. Looking to penetrate this zone defense right now. Good dribble drive move.
And you can see how effective a well-placed screen is.
Absolutely.
On
now
against
the lead
some zone defense.
still at 3. Jeff Hunt fires a triple, no good. Dowhanick off the board, keeps it alive. Cicottini gets the ball and draws the ball.
And we see AJ Mangera coming off for Calvin DeJong.
And we are over the foul limit, it looks like. And DeSchiffert will head to the free throw line.
And a bunch of changes right now as Andrew Cicatini heads back to the Mountaineers bench.
Dowhannick with the rebound. And Page, first-year player, over to Ivoroni. Ivoroni trying to draw a foul against the Royals here on the floor, but they're over the limit, so he'll shoot free throws anyway.
And Ivoroni's been a very sound shooter for the Mountaineers tonight.
Ivoroni gives the Mountaineers a 4-point lead. Turnbull really has been the quarterback of this Royals team so far, bring the ball up against Ivoroni.
You can see him setting up the play here. He knows exactly what he's doing with that cycle game.
Three-pointer off the mark, rebounded by Page. Ivoroni fires a three again, and he's been on the mark all night.
And
another three.
Shot accuracy for Ivoroni is off the chart right now.
He is really dialed in tonight. Calvin dribbling the ball at the top of the key. Over to Walda, he misfires. Dowhannick battling for the rebound down low, won't give up. There's three Royals players down there, but Dowhannick still has a hand on the ball.
That's
Jump
why
ball.
we keep Dowhannick down low for the Mountaineers.
And he may not be having a great night offensively, but his effort is sure there, and he gets a possession back for the Mountaineers.
That's right, and even if you're not firing on all cylinders offensively, you're still able to contribute to the team, especially how he has.
Ivoroni now bringing the ball up court. Finds Fennell. Page wide open, looking to score his first points of the regular season. And that ball is high and bounces off the shot clock, out of bounds.
And we see AJ Mangera getting ready to head back out for Reedemer, and their sniper for the Royals is hitting the floor right now as Calvin Turnbull heads back to the Royals bench.
Mangera to Calvin DeJong now, back to Mangera. He looks to pass around this zone defense. Walda to DeJong to Mangera. Mangera just needs a little bit of room and he can get off a three, but this one is no good. Rebounded by Jeff Hunt. And now Ivoroni is off to the races, nearly losing his footing, but maintains the ball. They get it over to Fennell, who draws a couple of free throws.
And time winding down in this third quarter.
Well, we talked about how the Mohawk Mountaineers were 10-0 in the preseason and how they have high hopes coming into this season. And Reedemer was really only 1-7 in the preseason, but they have been competitive.
That's right, they show small spurts of success against the team, but they haven't been able to be consistent against the Mountaineers thus far. And that is the key to competing and winning, is the Mountaineers have been very consistent.
Jeff Hunt in the corner, dribbles down low. Huge dunk by Hunt.
And Jeff Hunt turns this building on.
And the bench is off on their feet. And that would be a spark point for the Mountaineers. But Walda comes back and answers with a bank shot of his own. Fennell for three. And Brian Jonkers fired up now, talking to the referees.
Thank you.
And Jonker is very upset with some of the calls, and we have Calvin Turnbull heading back on. And Spencer Walda, pardon me, Jacob Walda heading off right now for the Royals.
Now Turnbull facing pressure. Foul committed right in front of the Mountaineers bench. Coach Jonker visibly upset at the foul calls right now. Thought that he could have got a charging foul on the previous possession by the Royals.
He's talking to Ivoroni and Fennell right now about it. Probably telling them to be a little more conservative, a little more careful.
Turnbull connects on another free throw. Mangera digs in for defensive effort on Ivoroni. Ivoroni dribbles around him, finds Fennell, and then back to Ivoroni for a great play. Gets fouled, just misses the layup. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And they knew that Ivoroni was going to be going for that 3 there, and how accurate he's been so far tonight. They really wanted to stop that. He puts a great effort in down low and draws a foul.
That's a good point, Greg. He's really used his outside shot that he's hit so far in this game as a threat to draw the defender in close, at which point he drove around them and got to the basket for a layup.
And Ibrahim is heading in for Bowman for the Royals. May see some more offensive chances now that Ibrahim is back in the game.
Ivoroni connects on both free throws. Turnbull brings the ball up court. 71-63 Mountaineers.
You see Calvin Turnbull right here, and he is trying to get his team to start moving, get that cycle game going.
Calvin with the 3, off the mark, but gets the rebound and passes it out. Duha ends up with the ball. Mangera, you know he wants to shoot it, and he connects.
Nails it at the buzzer, and that is sticking to your guns, and all because of Calvin Turnbull keeping that play alive.
He's calm, though. He says, I do this all the time. You should see how many 3-pointers I shoot in practice.
And we have this 5-point lead now. We keep seeing the Mountaineers pull ahead and then Reedemer rallying and coming back.
It's a 5-point lead for the Mountaineers, but a bit of a tenuous lead. And right now we have the last shot by Mangera. We see that again as he connected on the deep 3.
Now you're set. You don't need to help them because you're already set. When you reverse it, close hard.
And there's Calvin Turnbull, one of the all-stars of this team for the OCAA, and we talked about him being the quarterback of getting their plays as a playmaker.
Here he is on a drive down low. Here he is again driving to the hoop, firing up the floater.
And that last 3 by A.J. Mangera was all set up at the leisure of Calvin Turnbull there, and you can see how calm he is.
Calvin got a job. Calvin's job is leading this Royals team.
That's right, and between him and Ben Ibrahim, I think that the Royals think they have a chance because they keep closing on that lead. They just need to get a little bit of consistency and play this last quarter like they know that they can in Mohawk.
Real quick, everybody.
And
knows that they can't let this lead go.
No, certainly Mohawk looking to pick up a win in front of their home crowd here on the opening night of the season. It would be a huge upset for them to lose against this Royals team with only 9 players dressed tonight.
And we're about to start the final quarter of this Mountaineers basketball game at the D-Bark.
And Mohawk starts the 4th quarter with a lineup of trusted players. We have Brereton, Alex Reese, Jeff Hunt, Dow Hannock, and Ivoroni on the court right now for the Mountaineers. The Royals start the quarter with the ball, and Turnbull dribbles the ball, fires the 3 from the top And he connects.
And there you have it, 3 points within the lead. And Turnbull breaks up that play.
And Mohawk playing a little bit of nervous basketball right now.
I think they're starting to feel the pressure from the Royals. And we have Coach Girlametto out here, very vocal for his team.
Brereton needs to make something happen here. He needs to
And Turnbull
work the
breaks
ball.
up another play.
Brereton over to Reese. Reese down low to Dowhanick, but the pass is off the mark. Dowhanick can't handle it, and now the Royals come the other way.
See how deadly Mangera is.
He has shown that you give him a little bit of space and he will fire it. They have to respect his shot right now.
And there you have it, tie game for the Royals and the Mountaineers.
9 minutes to go. And Brereton drives in. He is fouled. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And we're seeing all of Mohawk's veteran players out right now, making sure that they can get this lead back.
And I think that the recipe for regaining the lead for the Mountaineers is going to be a lot of Brereton. He needs to get inside, not necessarily score, but create plays for others.
So you talked about him being the playmaker and his synergy with Fennel.
And he gives the lead back to the Mountaineers with a couple of free throws. Calvin Turnbull now works against Jeff Hunt, trying to use the screen from Ibrahim. Feeds it into DeSchiffert. DeSchiffert works, finds Ibrahim, and he will fire a 3. And that is nearly good, but off the mark. And Turnbull gets the rebound and puts it back.
Turnbull again, and we have a tied game again.
And Brereton working against Duha now. Makes him fall down with the dribble move. Finds Reese wide open. Splashes into 3. 76-73 Mountaineers.
And we see Coach Jonker making sure his team maintains focus.
And this is the time when the Mountaineers really want to use their zone defense and maintain a high energy level on defense to force difficult shots like that one by AJ Mangera, which is off the mark. Ivoroni now has the ball pushing up court. Brereton working down low, off the mark, but gets the rebound and puts it back. And Mohawk with a little bit of a offensive outburst here, gaining a 5-point lead. Coach Jonker demanding a stop from his team on defense right now. Ibrahim fires a shot from the free throw line, and it's good. The pace is picking up at this point.
That is where Ibrahim lives, right there in the key at the free throw line.
Now Brereton working in, finds an open shot for Ivoroni, but Brereton is fouled before he gets the pass off.
And Walda heading in for
offensive
Michael Dua.
The Royals will get possession. Turnbull fires the 3. Nobody open, why not? It's good. Tie game.
Tie game yet again. And Reedemer won't say die here.
Matt Fennel now. Works to Sicatini. Reese works down low, and he gets a driving layup. That's not really his game, but he's been playing for 5 years, and he knows what it takes to win.
An agile big man down low. Nothing can stop him.
And right now, the Royals players are playing with a little bit more confidence as Walda steps out of bounds. They're playing with a little bit more confidence and pep in their step than the Mountaineers. Brereton brings the ball up court. Kills his dribble, passes to Jeff Hunt. Now Sikatini works down low. Nice pass into Fennel, and he scores. Mohawk back on top, 82-78. And now Ibrahim works in, but he has his shot nearly blocked and a foul called. A couple of free throws coming up for Ibrahim.
Ibrahim gives the Royals a chance to come within 2.
Connects on the first. And drills the second. Matt Fennel working against Turnbull now. Questionable pass, finds Brereton, back to Fennel. They had a nice connection earlier in the game. Fennel dribbles around to Sikatini now. He works in down low. Errant pass. Royals ball.
And Reese couldn't quite get on that. It's a little wide.
Mountaineers are playing a little tense right now. They're not playing loose and free like they were in that first quarter and a half.
No, you can tell they're feeling the pressure from this Royals team here tonight.
This is going to be something that they're going to have to play throughout the season. They're going to have close games where they have to come through in the end.
And if you want to win a championship, like you said, you have to have a short memory.
Reese down low is fouled. He will come to the charity stripe.
And a timeout being called by Reedemer.
Reese was ready to shoot the free throw, but he'll go to the bench and talk it over with his coach.
And now we are getting into dangerous territory. 5:33 left in the fourth quarter.
We've got an exciting one here tonight, Greg.
It's a great home opener for the crowd. Nothing like a little bit of tension.
Oh, we thought that it was going to be a blowout after that first quarter. Mohawk jumped out to the early lead. It looked like the Royals were down and out, but they battled back, and they have a chance to win this game with 5.5 minutes to go.
They were able to find their game, and as I said, they're a team that uses very specific tools. You can see that Turnbull is the quarterback. He is the playmaker. You can see that Ibrahim lives down low right in the center and at the free throw line. And you can see that Mangera is their sniper.
Their roles have really solidified throughout the course of this game. There was not really a rhyme or reason to what they were doing in that first quarter, but once they got Calvin Turnbull to bring the ball up court, to feed it to Ibrahim, and then to work out to AJ Mangera for open threes, they really came alive. Jonker is trying to rally his troops right now for the final stretch of this game. And Alex Reese will shoot a couple of free throws as we return here, looking to regain the lead for the Mountaineers.
Reese
misses the first.
Just misses that first free throw, which are sorely needed by the Mountaineers right now.
Misses the second. Sikatini with the rebound down low, battling for the ball. And there's a jump ball. Possession arrow is facing towards Mohawk, so they will keep the ball under the basket here. Alex Reese finds Jeff Hunt to Fennel. Ball tipped away, stolen by Turnbull. He leads the breakaway. He comes down court and finishes.
And Ibrahim starting that play. And Calvin Turnbull with that layup.
I
wow.
believe we have the first lead of the game for the Royals.
That's
84 to
right.
82. Turnbull looking to extend that lead with a three-point play.
And we see Taylor DeWinnick heading back out And Reese heading to the bench. Looks like we have another one coming out. Or not.
Turnbull completes the three-point play.
And Coach Jonker, knowing he needs some help down low. With
Matt Fennell facing pressure. Brereton handles the ball, finds Jeff Hunt, finds Cicatini down low with some good passing, misses on the layup, but Dowhannick, who just checked into the game, gets the rebound put back.
It looks like Dowhannick found his offensive stride.
Turnbull now passes it over to Jacob Walda. Back to Turnbull. And he's playing with a real confidence now, but it's tipped away by Brereton, and outlet pass by Cicatini to Brereton, goes up, and he is hacked. He'll shoot free throws.
And Coach Jonker knew that they needed help down low defensively, and Dowhannick back out on the court as soon as that lead was established by the Royals.
Made an immediate impact with the putback layup.
That's right, a great effort by Dowhannick, who struggled offensively all night. And this may be the right time for that offensive ability to kick back in.
Brereton with the clutch free throw there, ties the game at 85. Misses the second, rebounded by Ibrahim. We have a tie game. Brereton nearly steals the ball, but doesn't come up with it. Three-pointer off the mark, and it is out of bounds off Ibrahim.
And we see Turnbull going out for Calvin DeJong.
Expect to see him back in the game shortly.
He's got to rest those tired legs right now.
Alex Reese back in the game. He draws the foul.
See Jamie Girmoletto, head coach of the Royals, is trying to keep his team focused right now, maintain a lead.
Ball nearly stolen, but Brereton maintains it, passes it down low to Fennell. Fennell battles, and he puts the ball in. 87-85 Mohawk. AJ Mangera dribbling up against the pressure of the Mountaineers defense now. He's able to find Jacob Walda for the three.
And Walda just killed that three with a lead change back
Brereton
to
dribbling
Reedemer.
all over the court now. Not able to finish, but Fennell gets the rebound down low, and now he has a three-point play opportunity.
I think we're going to see a lot of back and forth for the next 3 minutes and 39 seconds in this game, Kyler.
That's right, Greg.
And we see Turnbull coming back right now.
After a short breather, just catching his breath, really. Matt Fennell swishes the free throw. Turnbull now looks, passes the ball in the backcourt, fading the pressure. And the pressure from Mohawk causes a turnover, 8-second violation. They did not get the ball past half court. It's 90-88 Mountaineers.
And we see Michael Dua going back in for Jacob Walda.
Alex Reese finds Dowhannick. Back to Reese. Reese with a nice dribble move. A no-look pass finds its way to Cicatini, who puts in the layup.
We talk about that big man agility. You're just not ready for it when you see Reese coming in.
Now, Duha, who just checked into the game, misfires. Cicatini rebounds, misfires on the outlet pass, and really put Brereton in a tough position there, leading him into the Royals player.
AJ Mangera, right place at the right time, I guess. And we see Walda going back in and Dua coming out for the Royals. And Turnbull will take this one.
Four-point deficit facing the Royals right now. Just under 3 minutes to play. They've fought back in this game so far. Ibrahim's been a key component. Sicatini gets the rebound there. Matt Fennell with some room to work in the open court now. He wants to work around the ball for an offensive play here, and Brereton gets fouled by Mangera. We are over the foul limit, and Brereton will shoot free throws here, looking to extend the lead.
This is exactly the moment that the Mountaineers are waiting for, a time to solidify a lead again. Unfortunately, Brereton misses.
He's missed two free throws in a row now. And another rebound by Sicatini. Brereton again, no good on that play. Sicatini battling down low, and the ball slips out of his hands. Tipped away on defense, though, back to the Mountaineers. And Alex Reese is fouled, and he'll have a chance for free throws. You really see the size advantage there by Mohawk. They got several offensive rebounds, even though they were unable to convert. They had a good opportunity to score from their size.
And Matt Fennell just caught that pass by swinging that hand behind his back. I'm not even sure if he knew where it was exactly. He just knew the pass was coming and tried to get something out there to intercept it.
Reese connects on a free throw for the Mountaineers.
And if he scores on this one, it will be a 6-point lead for Mohawk. A good cushion to go in with 2:26 left in the fourth quarter.
It's only 5 for now, as Turnbull brings the ball up the court for the Royals. Turnbull working against that zone defense now, penetrates, gets inside as he's had no trouble doing all game long, and banks in another floater.
And a 3-point lead for the Mountaineers now after Turnbull's offensive jaunt.
Now Fennell working against Turnbull. Dowhanick has the ball outside the 3-point line. That's not where you want him to have the ball. And Dowhanick recovers with a solid
defensive effort. Great job by
effort.
Dowhanick without drawing the foul there. Knew exactly what he was doing.
Jacob Walda was attacking him, and he just retreated and forced him into a difficult shot. Final 150 to play here. Royals down 90-93. Ibrahim down low. Walda for 3. Just misses. Turnbull, of course. He's wide open down low for the rebound.
And
Puts
we
it
got
back.
a 1-point game now with 1:40 left in the fourth quarter.
This is pressure time now. Brereton with a nice move around. Gets around the defender easily, but misses on the layup. Battling for the rebound now, and the Royals have it. Ibrahim's dribbling the ball up court. Seems to be comfortable doing that until he turned it over. Now Alex Reese has the ball. Outlet pass, dangerous one. Sicatini retrieves it, and a huge play by Sicatini. 3-point play potentially coming up. If he connects on this free throw, it'll be a 2-possession lead. Hopefully that will take a little bit of pressure off the Mountaineers.
A little bit of confusion here at the free throw line. Not sure what the officials are talking about. Something with his jersey?
I think they're trying to make sure he's not cut right now. Doesn't have any blood on his arm. There is some blood on his jersey right now. Not sure if it's Cicatini's own blood, but want to get that cleaned up, obviously.
That's right, don't want to get any of that on the court and have someone slip on it. And Reese being very smart as the Reedemer players are having a little bit of a mini timeout, and Reese just stands right in the middle of them while they're having a little team chat. And all three of them turn around and see him standing there, and they're like, we probably shouldn't be talking about this right now.
Cicatini, after the long delay, connects on the free throw, and we have a timeout.
Timeout's been called by head coach Jamie Girmoletto of the Reedemer Royals.
And the Mountaineers right now nursing a 4-point lead against this scrappy Royals team.
I think the game could still go either way, Kyler. With the way this has been played so far, we've seen a lot of inconsistency from Reedemer in 3 quarters, but in the last quarter, they've been very consistent, offensively and defensively.
They've really battled back, and it seems like they've been an even better team over the last 3 quarters than the Mountaineers. It's just that Mountaineers have come up with a few key plays just to barely hold on to that slim lead that they have right now.
That's right. It only takes 1 or 2 jaunts of great offensive chances to be able to bury a team in a deficit, as we saw in the first, but it takes even less to come back as well.
Right now, the Royals would like to get a quick bucket, something driving to the basket perhaps, if not a 3-pointer by AJ Mangera. And the men's Mountaineers team will play their next home game on November 8th at 8 p.m. against Cambrian.
And here we go. We'll see if Reedemer can fully engineer this comeback.
And Young works the ball against Brereton at the top. They cannot let him get an easy shot off. They cannot let this guy get a shot off either, AJ Mangera. Ibrahim works down low, blocked by Dowhanick, huge block. Ball finds its way to Walda, but he misses. And now Brereton has the ball, and he needs to hold on to it. Under a minute to go now, 4-point lead for the Mountaineers. Matt Fennell dribbles the ball, works it around at the top of the post, top of the key. Fennell to Cicatini. Reese now, the shot clock down to 6 seconds. They need to get a good look off soon. Wide open look for Brereton. That's not his game, not his shot. The one positive of that possession was that the Mountaineers used all 35 seconds of the shot clock.
That's true, and that's a very important aspect of their game, especially when you're leading right now. You need to run that clock down as much as you can, even if it's not on purpose.
Turnbull now brings the ball up court. The Royals are down by 2 possessions here.
And they
would
need
like
to
get
something happen
a quick
fast.
score, but Fennell steals the ball instead. Now Brereton on a breakaway, and he dunks the ball. And there's a travel call. Apparently there's traveling on that play. Could not see it from our angle.
There's a late whistle on that for sure, Kyler.
Controversial call there. Would sure like to see a replay of that possession.
I did not see traveling on that, and I'm pretty sure you and I watched Brereton all the way up the floor here.
At any rate, Mohawk still maintaining a 4-point lead with 23 seconds to go. That could have been the dagger that the Mountaineers were looking for, but they'll have to tough it out on defense for another 23 seconds here.
And we have both coaches. The wheels are turning right now. Will Reedemer be able to start something? And we're going to take a look at that replay of Brereton right now and see if it wasn't.
And we just saw the end of the replay there. I didn't see it travel, just saw a nice dunk. Well, nonetheless, travel or no travel, he's got some hops.
That's right. That was a great effort by, we talk about the Fennell and Brereton factor.
It was a good steal to break up the play from the Royals on the other end to begin with. One thing they might have done there, you're on a breakaway, you want to dunk the ball, but you could have ran the clock down a little bit more as you cling to this 4-point lead. Anyway, the Royals will pass the ball in bounds now, and AJ Mangera, he probably wants to shoot a three. Turn ball right now, passes around.
And you can see that their intention is to get that ball to Mangera so he can drain a three.
And the Mountaineers seem to know that too, and they don't want to get him an open look at all.
And if you think about it, right now on the court are some very strong outside shooters in everyone.
Turnbull can shoot it. Mangera can shoot it as well. Dua hasn't really been a shooter so far. Just off the mark, Cicatini rebound. Alex Reese.
And at 1.3 seconds left, it looks like the Mountaineers may win their home opener unless someone is the human flash.
I'm going to call it right now, Greg.
Are you sure that's a safe choice, Kyler?
Let's see. Let's see after this free throw. Matt Fennell looking to ice the game. 5-point lead for the Mountaineers, and they will move to 1-0 on the season. A tough-fought victory. Tough-fought victory for the Mountaineers against this Royals team. They win their home opener. And we really saw some solid play by Matt Fennell, Andrew Cicatini. But in the end, the Mohawk Mountaineers come away with the 97-92 victory. For Mohawk basketball, I'm Kyler Sanderson. I'm here with Greg Rosser. And we will see you next game.